recording. This video is to show how to download the Mc Master Carr parts and import them into Autocad. So I've gone to the Mc Master Carr website and I've gone and dialed in. If I just back it up slightly, and we've gone to, one more time, the Mc Master Carr website. We're going to go look at hex head screws, and then we're going to dial in the size that we need. So the thread size is 3/4 10. So we'll dial that down 3/4 10, and the length is 5 inches. And so these are the products that we can purchase, the prices for them as well. Partially threaded means that there's a bit of a shoulder here. And so we're going to go with the partially threaded because our assembly shows a partially threaded component. And then if we go and we click on that part number, we'll get a product detail. And then in the product detail, there's usually a spot where we can get the CAD file, and here it is. So we can get a SolidWorks file, or we can get some of these other file types. If we were going to do a 2D layout, you could take the DWG or the DXF, and those will come straight into AutoCAD, but they'll be flat. And we're modeling, and so we want the SolidWorks file. So we're going to leave it set up as SolidWorks, and we're going to download it. And so here's my part, it's downloading. And so now that it's been downloaded, I'm going to switch back over to my AutoCAD. And then I'm going to go and I'm going to import that part. And so here's my AutoCAD interface. And let me know if you guys have any difficulty viewing this. And what I'll do is I will import it. Now, I've got this user interface set for 3D modeling. And I'm going to go to the Home tab. And I'm going to type in import. And so I'm going to say import. And then I'm going to import a SolidWorks file. So you need to spec out that it's a SolidWorks file. You can import from all different file types. Rhino is a very good CAD software. Pro E is very much like SolidWorks. It was actually there before SolidWorks. Cost about $25,000 for a seat for it. And a number of other ones like Inventor, etc. But SolidWorks is by far the best supported CAD software. And I have a number of my students that I used to train in high school back in the 90s who work for CATI who sell SolidWorks. So anyway, I'm going to import this. I'm going to go to the desktop and I'm going to go and see if I can find my downloads, which always seems to be a problem for me. Downloads, there it goes. And here's my file. And so I click on it. It'll give me a little preview of it and I say open. And it'll say your job is processing in the background. It's this little glyph right here, or one of these here. Let me see. And so I'll say close. And then here it is. And so I'll click on it. And then I have to find it. And so finding it can be the most difficult part. And so usually it's located at the origin. And so if I do a Z enter, A enter, so I'll say zoom all, and then I'll look for my origin. There it is. So that's how you import a file from SolidWorks. And then you can just simply move it. And so I can just go to a move command, which would be under modify, move. I select the object move, hit enter, move it from, and I'll use an OSNAP just to make sure I have it. If you go to OSNAP settings and you enable 3D OSNAPs, you'll be able to grab 3D parts. And so I'll say move it from, and I'll get a glyph. It says base point, center. That was a 2D one, but I'm just glad that I was able to grab it. You can be super picky, but you don't have to be. And then if I look for my file, there it is. And what I'll do is I'll locate it and place it over here. I'm not sure why it came out at the scale it came out at. And so one technique that you can use to get it to the right size is, we know it's 5 inches long. And so I may be able to analyze the distance. And so I'm going to type in distance. And then I'm going to go from here to here. And it tells me it's 0.1270. And so what I can do is I can divide 5 by 0.1270 and come up with my scale factor. So we'll go into the calculator and we'll say 5 divided by 0.1270. And so it's 39 times too small. So what I'll do is I'll scale it and we'll see if that looks right. So we'll go here. I'm just going to type in scale. I'll select it. I'll hit enter. And then that value was 39.37. And so base point. And I think I'm getting it on the part. And then 39. I'm just going to say 39. Gets really huge. And now that part is correctly scaled, or reasonably close. Now, when you buy standard parts, yes, if you're making stuff for the space shuttle, you want them to be perfect. That's what they pay you for. But at the other end of it, it is a purchased part and it should come out right. But here, we're really close, 4.9530. If I would have added the 2 decimal points of accuracy, it probably would be exactly right. And then you can 3D rotate that into position. It's a good idea to have polar on when you do that. That way you'll get these track lines when it's perpendicular or at a 90-degree angle. And I'll hit escape. All right, so that's how to import this. I'm going to stop that part of the recording and I'll post that. I think I stopped it, but I don't think it did.